Hey guys, it's Abby with the Bead Place, and today I'm going to show you how to make a fun ear cuff or midi ring or toe ring out of 6 inches of any 20 or 21 gauge wire. So I have pre-cut here 6 inches of 21 gauge silver filled wire. You could use sterling, and if you're careful you can even use silver plate, but any copper wire would work really well for this project as well. So the first thing that I'm going to do is take a round nose pliers and I'm going to curl the edges of my wire over into a loop. Let me get back in focus here so you can see. So here I have a loop. I'm going to do the same thing on the other end. I'm going to curl it over into a loop, just like that. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is just create any type of squiggle design that I want. So I think what I'm going to do is just kind of use my pliers to make some cute little designs. So you can see what I'm doing here, just a few little squigglies. But like I said, you can do whatever you want. So I'll come back to you whenever I have created some squiggles that I like. Okay, I'm back with a squiggle design that I'm almost done with, and I want to show you an easy way to kind of correct anything that might not be something you like. So what I need to do to kind of not have this extra long little line downward is I need to make one more squiggle. So in order to do that, my loop is turned up opposite of the way that the other loop is. So if you are working and you notice that that happens to you, no big deal. We're going to take our chain nose pliers and just twist it outward, just like this, so that it matches the other side. So if you see that your little squiggle is starting to kind of bow in an arc, you can just use your fingers to kind of press it in, or use your pliers to adjust anything so that it's kind of a straight line, like this. So the next thing that I'm going to do is pull over my bench block, and I have my bench block on a pad, and I'm going to use a chasing hammer, and my chasing hammer has a ball peen side. So I'm going to use the ball peen side, and I'm going to hammer. And while I'm hammering, the metal is hardening, so it's not going to be as bendable, and it's also going to create cute little dimples all over the piece. So as you're hammering, it might want to stretch out a little bit. That's okay. You can kind of push it in almost like an accordion to straighten it out. Notice how I'm grabbing on to the wire while I'm hammering it. That's going to prevent it from flying off. Just make sure that you're not hammering close to your fingers. So when you're needing to hammer this side, hold over here. When you're needing to hammer this side, turn it around. And again, hold over there. And when you're needing to hammer the middle, kind of hold your fingers like this and hammer between. So you'll notice that it will want to kind of bow up. Our textured side is on the inside of the bow. So when we go to shape it into our ear cuff, we need to turn it around. So you could use a mandrel to shape your ear cuff or midi ring, but what we're going to do is just use the actual handle to our pliers to get a good shape, and then we'll kind of correct it afterwards. So I'm going to place that right on the handle of my pliers, and I'm going to bend it around with my fingers. So you'll probably have to kind of work at it a few times. And then we're going to correct any bends that need to be corrected, and we're going to further kind of close the bend with our chain nose or flat nose pliers. Okay, so this is what I have so far. So if I'm making a midi ring, I might want to leave it open like that to fit on the finger, just like this. But what I'm going to do is make this into an ear cuff. So what I'm going to do is grab the ends like this with my chain nose pliers. Always make sure that your chain nose pliers don't have serrations or little lines or crisscrosses on the inside. They need to be smooth on the inside, and that is going to prevent you from scratching your wire. So we're just going to kind of grab and gently turn inward, just like this. And kind of press it in. And you can adjust the size very easily if you notice that it's too big or too little. Just like what we did earlier, we can kind of stretch it out or push it in just like it's an accordion. So we have a finished ear cuff, toe ring, or midi ring. All the materials can be found on beadplace.net, and thanks for watching.